It's Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Diz. Featuring Frank. And Jen.
Hey, it's Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Diz. She is not Steffers.
I'm not Steffers. Well, sorry, everybody. Sorry. I felt I had to put not Steffers as my name tonight. I think that was appropriate.
After a 2-week stint as guest host, Steffers is out.
Yeah,
Jen is back in. Steffers, I'm sure, will return in August.
She'll be back. She's always coming back.
She's very busy. She's got a lot of plates in the air. That's Steffers.
I know. Steffers, like every day, she's popping up somewhere else. She's very popular.
We see her around the horn, for sure.
We see her. We see what you're doing, Steffers. Steffers, where are you? Show yourself. Hello and welcome in the chat to Lewis and Jeffers and Dr. Val and Michael over on Facebook. Did I miss anyone? I don't think I missed anyone just yet.
Those summer nights. The Summer Nights edition of Theme Park Thursday Live. We got 30 minutes. We got 28 minutes left, really. We got 3 topics that we did not cover on Theme Park Thursday, even though we're doing a 3-part series here this week with Jen's trip report. It's a trilogy, everyone. It's officially a trilogy. And we do appreciate Steffers' service. Yes. Sorry, let's make sure we bring that up on the screen. Yes. We appreciate your service, Steffers.
Thank you, Steffers.
And we got 3 topics. We'll go through the topics. We'll talk a little bit about our thoughts, and then we'll move it on to the Dillos Diz Resort at dillosdizresort.com for the post show, where we'll chat a little bit more and maybe a little bit more of our insanity. Maybe you'll learn a little bit more about Jen's trip. Who knows? Who knows what will happen over at dillosdizresort.com.
Always shenanigans over there.
Always shenanigans. The Patreon tiers, of course, begin as low as $1 per month. That $1, it gets you access to our one-channel Discord. I'm just saying.
And other things. We should make that clear. It's not just the Discord, you know?
Yeah, there's more than that. We're not going to Dillo it, and we certainly don't Dillo our one-channel Discord. That's for sure. That's a little bit. I don't know. All right, here it is. Here are the 3 topics or subjects this week. The topic number 1 is Christmas in July. Hallmark is running movies. This is not what it's about, but Hallmark, of course, is running their Christmas movies all month long. Last week, I watched the premiere of Crashing Through the Snow. And Jen is still after Thanksgiving night. It's on, but this is not what Christmas in July is about. Disney talks about halfway to the holidays all this week. So we'll cover some of what's included in those announcements, courtesy of our friends at fortheloveofthemouse.com. Tweet them at forloveofmouse. Topic number 2, food and wine. In July, things keep popping up with this food and wine. So we'll try to figure out what's been added, what's included, what else is there. Jen can't really talk too much of what the calm before the food and wine storm is, because that's a spoiler for a future Theme Park Thursday. But we'll tackle food and wine here. And I see that the topic number 3 didn't save correctly, but which is fine, because I really loved Univirtual or Orlando last week. It really was my favorite. And maybe that was just saying like, no, I want to keep it Univirtual. Orlando, the Magic Makers is what it's called. I'm just going to put it in here. Yeah, this is actually some news that popped up on the Disney Parks blog on June 22nd. I saw it randomly today. I didn't really see a lot of people talking about it, so I thought I would bring it up here in Theme Park Thursday Live just to see what we thought about it in the chat and here. It seems like a tight group tonight. Seems like a
close-knit family.
A close-knit family feel for this Theme Park Thursday Live, which is totally cool. Those are our 3 topics: Christmas in July, food and wine in July, and the Magic Makers in July. I don't know.
All right. Place your bets. What order would you like to see these news stories in? Let us know. For those of you tuning in during the replay, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. Tell your friends. Join us live when you can. I don't know. I figured I would just do a little plug while we were waiting. 2, 3, no Christmas until after Thanksgiving.
I'm seeing the 2, 3, 1 here. A lot of 2, 3, 1s. I think we're gonna go with the 2, the 3, and the 1. So let's bring it up for topic number 2. It's food and wine in July. This is from OrlandoWeekly.com. So, of course, I think most of us here know that the Food and Wine Festival has returned as of today, July the 15th, 2021. And it continues through November 20th, 2035. Yes, that's right. It's a good 14 and a half years of the Food and Wine Festival. It goes through November 20th of 2021. Most of the booths will open on July 15th, but some new additions such as the Lobster Landing and the Mac and Eat kiosk will be inaugurated on October 1st, along with Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary. Let's stop right there. What do we think about this? You're not really getting a full food and wine festival right now. You're getting a 49th anniversary food and wine festival before the 50th anniversary. You're not getting the whole shebang. You thought maybe, food and wine starts in July this year. Maybe I'll make a July trip, but you're not really getting the full, complete food and wine festival. Is that a problem for you? Is that a problem for anyone in the chat? What are our thoughts?
I find that interesting because I was thinking when I was there 1 week ago today.
That's true. The last Theme Park Thursday Live, you did call in live from Epcot. Look at that cup, the fancy cup. She freezes on the cup and now she's back.
Oh no! I'm back. Is it glowing?
It's a very nice. Does it glow? Does it glow purple?
It glows.
All right. I mean, it's good enough. Glow, no, it's good enough. All right, sip from that up while you wallow.
Being there 1 week ago, knowing Food and Wine was starting days from then, I did think that it was weird that they weren't starting to set up booths because I have been there prior to Food and Wine before, and they prep a little bit. They start the booths, but they keep them covered, but you kind of know they're setting the stage, they're getting ready. So this is interesting that you're not getting everything right away and makes a lot more sense. Spoiler. Oh, go ahead. You go. No, spoiler. Go ahead. My spoiler for the our Epcot episode that we did of my trip report, I did mention that because there was no festival, probably the only week of the year that there's no festival was the week that I was there. And because there was no festival, that means places to get little snacks and drinks and all those things, those lines were longer because there were limited quantities of booths available. So it was kind of weird to see it so empty just prior to a food and wine festival.
Yeah, and in full transparency, I'll be honest, and in spite of talking about it here on a couple of episodes of Theme Park Thursday Live, I have not done a whole lot of reading on the Food and Wine Festival because I don't believe it should be this early in the year. So it's maybe a change that I'm not a fan of. I don't know. I haven't really searched my feelings for the real reason, but I find it interesting that I don't do that much reading about it. But just to continue with the Orlando Weekly article for a second, the fall season will bring a series of kiosks to up the offerings at the festival. These kiosks will serve tasty waffles to Belgium, Swiss cheese to the Alp, Kenyan beer, and East. I mean, is this where we're going? Do we need to now define the Food and Wine Festival into two seasons? Should there be a summer season of the Food and Wine Festival and a fall season of the Food and Wine Festival?
No. First of all, the festivals that they have created in Epcot over the years are cool, and it's nice, and it's bringing the crowds into Epcot more. I don't know that you need a festival constantly, but it's cool. They're cool. But the art festival, the flower and garden festival, all of those are mini versions of the food and wine festival because they have those booths set up as well. Not all of them that you see during food and wine, but there's a lot set up during these festivals as well. So I feel like that's your little mini taste along the way as the other ones throughout the year. So I feel like if you're going to do food and wine, then do it. Go big and just do it. I think it's crazy that it's starting now only because I can remember when it started in like November, maybe end of October, but definitely November. So I remember that. So it's crazy now to think like, oh, it's starting in July. But then again, they have like Mickey's Not So Scary, starting in August a couple of years ago. So I know they just keep pushing things back and I get that. But if you're going to do it, then go big or go home.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's time maybe to call it something else. If you're going to be this deep into the summer, then do a summer festival. Like, I don't understand why it needs to be 5 months. But also, what's the difference if it's split in two and called two different things? I don't know. But I agree. Oh, no, do people travel to Disney specifically for food and wine? Oh, sure. Or is it just kind of a happy note bonus when you're there? Or is it heavily local based? I think these are all the answers. Yeah. All three things. I would love to see an actual poll of how that breaks down. Did you know it was here and you're just happy that it is? Did you plan it around? Because I mean, I get it. They're trying to, the other part of it is they're obviously trying to up the ante of we need you to come for the 50th anniversary. We talked to Seth Kuberski on the podcast a couple of weeks ago. He thinks it's going to be bonanza, but yet they're doing these. I mean, and they should be saying here are the things that are going to happen for the 50th anniversary. But it still makes me also go, are you a little worried? Are you a little worried about how many people are going to be here in the fall? Right.
Well. Yeah, I especially as these summer months are going on and news is developing, maybe they are getting a little more worried. Also, to Jeff's point, speaking from experience, I used to try to plan trips for specifically food and wine. This is back when I was going way more often and probably worked for the airline, so I could go easily. But I would also try to do it at the end of food and wine. And that weekend when Christmas is starting, there is one weekend where they overlapped. So I would try to plan a trip that weekend so I could also see the Osborne lights as well as do food and wine. But I think as Epcot has become the Disney adult destination for so many, and people have realized this whole idea of drinking around the world and all of that, adding something like food and wine to it, I think has definitely brought in a different crowd. And I don't say that in a bad way, but just a different crowd that are planning their trips for these festivals specifically. So I would say yes.
And then the other part of this, which I find fascinating, is the last paragraph. And to your little mention, your little comment earlier, Jen, the Around the World theme park won't be hosting the Eat to the Beat concert series or the hands-on chef demonstrations and seminars due to COVID-19 prevention guidelines. So the fact that these things, I mean, again, do you wonder, are these things continuing because of the protocols? Is it a cutback? Is it because of the numbers increasing in certain parts of the world? I mean, and granted, I say increasing, they're increasing, but not to the extent that they once were. I mean, it's all, you try to read between a lot of part of these lines because they could have easily said, the Eat to the Beat concert series will not be part of the summer series and is being considered for the fall, as are the hands-on. But here they're saying, nope, it's out. This is my read between the lines of what they're really saying. What's the subtext?
I also feel like we're at a point with everything where there are rules that aren't aligning. When let's say they were doing the mask mandate. All right, we knew the rules pretty clearly and it was across the board. But things like this where, okay, we're going, yes, open the border. Open the border. I was trying to do it to the Let's Go Islanders beat. Okay, so, but the fact that you can say, oh, we're going to have this festival where people are going to be in a line while in a small space waiting for little samples of things and whatever. So you're going to do that. I did the animation experience at Animal Kingdom. People sat right next to me. they were not spacing people out. So you're feeling certain things at the Frozen sing-along. I was spaced out just because we got there 1 minute before the show started. So we kind of sat in the back away from everybody, but the whole front was full. So it's like, so you're going to do things like this, but then go, oh, we're not going to do the concert because that draws a crowd. But fireworks, where Main Street is packed. So I think that's going to continue to be interesting to watch of what they're choosing to do or blame on things.
And I try not to get, I try not to get my cranky pants on about it because it feels like you're really just saying, I don't want to pay for the artists for this concert series. So I'm going to blame it on COVID-19 protocols, which it's justified to say that, but then what your other actions aren't speaking to that. And we're seeing that everywhere. And I get it. It's not consistent at all. I would like to now to move on. It is staffing.
Yeah, that's true too, Louis, because they are, they're opening certain dining locations, but then they're closing them early or they're not opening certain other areas. So I think staffing is a big part of things as well.
Yeah, Jen, did we talk about Casey's on the podcast that's coming up tomorrow? I think it should be ready, or Saturday, one or the other. It depends on the time. And the Magic, we talked a little bit about Casey's. So I know people were going a little bit crazy about Casey's closing early last week. And I mean, I have some thoughts. It's just, it's logistics. It's operational too sometimes. Yeah. I think they're just trying to present the best case for themselves that they can without, Yeah. All right. So it's 8:17 and we've done one topic. We're really not going to get to Christmas. We're like, no, we're really not talking about Christmas.
Well, it's not Thanksgiving.
After Thanksgiving. So topic number 2, and I mean, this one might end up being very quick. Oh, it's not topic number 2. It's topic number 3. That's going second. The magic makers. I'm going to bring this article up because I feel like people maybe didn't see it. So I'm going to do the old share screen, as it were.
Here we go.
Here we go. Hold on.
Everyone,
this could be the last 10 minutes.
Go grab a snack if you want.
All right. The search is on. The search is on for Disney magic makers. So this is from June 22nd, 2021. Do you know someone who makes magic by bringing comfort, support, and joy to those around them? Now's your chance to recognize all of the positivity and happiness they've brought to you or your community, and they just may win a trip to Walt Disney World and a 1-year subscription to Disney Plus. Starting that day, June 22nd through October 1st, you can nominate any person who inspires you for the Disney Magic Makers contest by visiting DisneyMagicMakers.com and sharing the positive impact they have made. You can further share their amazing story with a public post using hashtag Disney Magic Makers on the Gram, Facebook, Twitter, or the TikToks. 50 nominees whose inspirational acts of kindness, compassion, and creativity best exemplify the values of a Disney Magic Maker will win a trip to the Walt Disney World Resort to join the world's most magical celebration during the 50th anniversary and that 1-year subscription to Disney Plus. Jen, have you heard this at all since June the 22nd?
I have not, but I love it.
This is awesome.
Yeah, right. I love this.
Why are we not hearing about this? Why isn't it not promoted every day? Right. I mean, maybe now that I'm yelling about it, my algorithms will change on my phone and I'll see more positive things pop up like this. This is something we should be talking about all the time. Yeah, no, this is awesome. I am very excited about this. And I feel like, we have often said that in our little social media communities that we try to, stick with the positive side of Disney lovers and not the drama and all of that kind of stuff. And we have met amazing, kind, funny, people throughout this little algorithm we've created of I would say the good ones. Are we all not voting for Jocelyn for this? I mean, pretty much that's how she should just be winning right now. Exactly. And I love that. And I love that they are recognizing people, especially in the last year and a half, that they want to recognize people that have had positive impacts on others and have lifted spirits, especially during a time when everyone needed it. So yeah, we need to be talking about this more, and people need to be nominating anyone, your siblings, your family members, your friends, your teachers, whoever. Just start nominating people. Louis is here to check us all. He's there to bring us back down to earth. Louis, we're trying not to dillo it. And then... Hi, Steffers. I don't really love things like this. I mean, there are a million people that mean so.
Well, sure. I agree with that. That then picking, and that's what's going to be hard. And I don't want that job. I don't want the job that you read all these amazing stories of all the good that's happening in the world and then go, only 50 people get it. I don't want that. Yeah. But you wish they would recognize all the people that get nominated and meet the criteria. I mean, I'm with you there. I can't argue that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Steffers, thanks for being here. We were talking about the search is on for Disney Magic Makers, which you can find in the June 22nd, 2021 Disney Parks blog. We're all learning this for the first time, though it came out about 3.5 weeks ago.
And maybe to Lewis's point, maybe they're keeping it on the Dillo, like Dillo's Diz. No, on the down low, so that only certain people find the story if you really want it, and then they won't get so many entries, and they won't have to really pick a. I'm starting conspiracy.
No, well, of course, but again, it's the subtext. You can read it through everywhere, but. Yeah. So Lewis is here to clarify. He loves the Magic Makers thing. Yeah. Just picking 50. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I agree with you.
We have 9 minutes left, and Steffers is here now. She was clearly protesting the first 18 minutes because she's not hosting
Steffers.
This week.
Steffers, see my name? Come on. Mm-hmm. I tried.
Christmas in July.
No.
Courtesy of our friends Crystal and Bryson over at fortheloveofthemouse.com. Make sure you're following them at forloveofmouse. Really check out their blogs this week in particular. I really love what Crystal would. She has a very poignant blog up this week, so make sure you check that out. I can't speak enough about both of them. Great people from Colorado, and just putting out great content daily. This is probably what Jen and I wished we could have been like 10 years ago when we started. Like, are we bloggers? Are we Disney bloggers?
Yeah.
We quickly learned we weren't.
We're not.
We're not at all.
Maybe one day still, or that just goes in our book. No, we just.
What do we call them? What do we call the magic lights? They're gone, right? The magic lights are out.
Well, don't get Jeffers started.
The ice lights, they're gone.
Ice lights. You did that. Look what you did. Look what you did.
2 years running, I did it, baby. All right. So Disney Very Merriest After Hours, a new special ticketed event, will debut November 8th before all the rest of the festive fun. It will be available on select nights through December the 21st. The 4 hours of festivities will delight guests with Minnie's wonderful Christmas time fireworks, characters throughout the park, the music, the decor, the treats, and so much more. The Very Merriest After Hours. I mean, this pretty much guarantees your price point will be the same as the Halloween festivities going on this year. And, I can't really argue about it because I think, again, they got to make up some money somewhere. I think you'll see a lot of, when it depends on how much fall college program they get versus summer college program, about what the staffing situation is. So that means maybe more people on overtime, things like that. So, I think you can expect to see the high price points, especially the closer it gets to Christmas. That 18 through 21 of December.
Oh yeah, definitely. I want them to bring back the Osborne lights. How do we start that? You think this is the year? I don't. But
no, it's not this year. No.
I just want them back.
Would you accept the? We've said this before, so it's just saying it again for whoever is watching right now, who may be watching in the future on a replay. Do you want to see the Osborne lights in Disney Springs?
I don't, but I would settle.
You would settle for that.
I would settle, but I don't want to see them there. Right. I mean, what I want can't ever happen, and that's the back lot to come back, and then those houses to be decorated. That's what I really want.
Sure, but I think that
I did like them on New York Street, and all of that. So I think if you find the right place for them, I would be very excited to see them again. Disney Springs, you could do it, and there's the space for it, but I don't know that I would love it there, but I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. So also here in our last 5 minutes or so, the Sunset Seasons Greetings returns to Disney's Hollywood Studios. So you got the Tower of Terror, You got Santa Claus in a motorcade down Hollywood Boulevard. Over in the AK, it'll be a wild holiday time with the return of seasonal decor and the festive Disney character flotillas and festive Disney character flotilla. What are they called? What are the boats called there? They're called different things.
I didn't know that they were called different things.
Flotillas. Sailing down Discovery River to the sounds of joyful songs of the season. And then Disney Springs, you got the Christmas tree stroll and some inspired by the world's most magical celebration. So, of course, the hotels, they'll be decked out for the holidays. We'll be talking about all our loves for all the lobbies.
Yes.
This holiday season.
I mean, yeah.
Jen,
I'm happy
you're not going to watch any
exists.
Hallmark movies in July.
No, of course not. Did that Jordan Sparks one come out yet, or is that the one that's kicking off in October?
I have no idea. This past weekend was the one with Amy Acker, who played Root on Person of Interest. That show was so good.
What kind of Candace Cameron Bure movies have you seen so far?
No. Well, there was one Christmas one on that Mrs. Dillo had on last week, but we were over the weekend. I also watched one of these mystery movies with Candace Cameron Bure.
You're really just going out. You're going all over Hallmark.
I'm not in control. Do you see where I am? I'm in the wood tunneling over here. This is. Yeah. What about a Muppets? Here's Lewis's point. What about Grand Avenue? He's talking about it'd be kind of awesome. So Muppets. How about Muppets Courtyard? Down towards Pizza Rizzo and Mama Melrose's towards the like. What about if we a condensed version and then go all the way down the commissary lane?
I like it. I think the spacing is tough, and it might seem too spread out and too separated, but that could work. That could be okay.
Baseline would be a
Aurora Tea Garden is the name of it, by the way.
Aha.
Yes. Did you not know that's what it was called?
I only learned it this weekend. I wouldn't have remembered it until Dr. Val.
Yeah.
Aurora Tea Garden.
Why don't we celebrate halfway to Thanksgiving? Then Jen could watch them for July. I still can. It's not Thanksgiving.
Well, Jeff, and your Thanksgiving is different than our Thanksgiving, so it would be really confusing.
Right. It's really confusing.
That's the real reason.
Listen, I went to the Christmas shop in Disney Springs, one of my 10,000 Disney Springs days, and that was enough for me. It was nice. It was a nice little, some Christmas music in the background. Fine, let's go. Let's just get our ornaments and go.
Just go. Just get out of here. Just gotta pick up everything and go.
We did. There's so many good ornaments. My goodness, I can't. It's so hard to choose there. The prices help me choose, but
Were they doing like the 3 for 60 again?
No, they weren't. Apparently, they're like, too bad. That deal is not available right now. Even though, if you call that a deal, it was always like 3 ornaments for $65. I'm like, wow, a steal. Okay.
So we're going over to DillosDizResort.com to talk a little bit more about our podcast today. The first of 3 parts that dropped about Jen's trip to Walt Disney World last week. So we'll probably talk a little bit about AK and Disney Springs today.
Yeah.
What tell them to you, Jeffers?
No,
Jeffers on behalf of Steffers, apparently chiming in there at the end. Of course, if you don't know, we're on Twitter, on the Instas, and the TikTok. And you know what I'm thinking? I don't know. I'm just gonna float this because I think we're gonna make an announcement about the next live recording of our podcast to the Patreon patrons over at Dillos Diz Resort. We'll talk about that when we head on over there. I'm thinking maybe what about something for Tuesday night? Do you think we can get some people together on Tuesday night? I think Tuesday night. You think we could do something on Tuesday night? We used to do something on Tuesday nights.
Oh, yeah, maybe we could do something.
Maybe we might be able to do something on Tuesday night. Maybe we could do something.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Might do a little pop up, if you will.
Yeah, maybe a little pop up. Yeah, like the pop up on a Tuesday. We used to do something on Tuesdays. We'll just leave that.
Just let that dingle.
We'll see over at DillosDizResort.com. Until next time, she's Jen. I'm Frank. See you at the resort. Bye-bye.
Kisses.
End the broadcast.